Monday, plenty of sunshine, high temperature Sunday in the upper 70s to low 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Don't miss A Night of Hope, an evening with John Calipari, Tuesday, September 17th at Pinnacle Country Club in Rogers. The evening gets underway at 6:15 with a VIP meet and greet and cocktail party for premium sponsors. At 6:30, hear Razorbacks coach Cal with special guest Joe Klein. Tickets, tables, and sponsorships are all available by logging on to teamlukehopeforminds.org. A Night of Hope, supporting children after brain injury, September 17th. Log on now, teamlukehopeforminds.org.
This is Chuck Fawcett with Chuck Fawcett Realty. When I have a HVAC problem or a plumbing problem, I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940. Blaylock Heating and Air.
So to have a red truck rolling your way today, give us a call. That's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, and drain cleaning needs and great York Home products. It's just one number you need to know. That's 782-8940.
You're listening to The Morning Rush on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Don't touch my beef jerky now.
This hour of The Morning Rush is driven by Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and online at rathauto.com. You're rolling with Rath on The Morning Rush.
All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
It's extremely exciting. You know, this is one of the reasons why you come to the University of Arkansas is play on ABC, playing the big games. You know, the belief and, the execution that we need, that we're going to have is 10 out of 10.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Light the candle.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, cowboy?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hawks.
And we welcome you into a Football Friday edition of The Morning Rush. Heard Taylor Green there on Paul Feinbaum earlier this week talking about the level of game you're playing in tomorrow. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it's the number one game on television. That would be what's happening in Ann Arbor, Michigan, between the Michigan Wolverines and the Texas Longhorns, also simultaneously at 11 o'clock. But this is a big game. And I think for Taylor Green, who played a little Mountain West football at his time at Boise State, it's maybe the biggest game he's ever played in outside of the conference championship game against UNLV. And I just want to, I know that Arkansas has played with many games of consequence over the years, and this one's not going to reach even the top 100 of games of consequence that the Arkansas football program is. But your football program is still a meaningful domino within college football. It might not seem like it right now based on what's happened in 10 years, but if you do somehow win this game, which, by the way, I still don't think you're going to, things can change just like that. So we're going to see what happens starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow in Stillwater, Oklahoma, Boone Pickens Stadium as we get going here. Another 2 hours of Arkansas stuff. Halftime, Ruskin and Zach, and then Tommy, we got pregame stuff starting at 6 a.m. tomorrow live from Stillwater.
Absolutely. Football Friday brought to you by APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group. They have immediate openings right now in Northwest Arkansas. If you have experience at a quarry, they have a job for you. If you've got experience with millings, they have a job for you. If you've got experience with road construction in a variety of positions, they're looking for a four-person right now, someone that can help and manage and organize and lead people. They've got a job open right now for that. Go to jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola is an equal opportunity employer.
Can you feel it?
He demands excellence from the quarterback position. I'm excited about the opportunity to be on ABC in prime time.
Sweltering summer sun giving way to a wild autumn wind.
The runner's go. Hit out of bounds. It's an incomplete pass. The game is over. Kansas City has won. 27-20.
The time for talking is over.
I couldn't back
and 24.
Buckle those chin straps.
Well, we need Stillwater. That whistle is only blowing.
Turn on the lights.
We'll learn more about where we're at when we go to Stillwater, but we do have a lot of confidence.
It's time for the opening drive.
So we got plenty of time in the next 2 hours to talk Arkansas, Oklahoma State. But I was in Arrowhead last year, and I watched that Detroit Kansas City game, and it was nothing like what we saw last night. Last year's game was ugly. The offenses weren't firing. Rare is it like the opening game of an NFL or college football season lives up to the billing. But last night was awesome. And I am not a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but I love watching Patrick Mahomes play. He's a combination. If you like basketball, I like to have him as a like Michael Jordan in terms of the competitive nature, but a Magic Johnson love for the game. On the football side, I liken him to like Brett Favre and then Tom Brady on the competitive side. Like Brett Favre loved playing the game of football, and Tom Brady loved to win the games of football. Mahomes just seems like a teammate that you would love to have as your, not just teammate, but as your starting quarterback. And Tommy, last night was just unbelievable. The toe touch that we're going to talk about throughout the show that likely was not able to get that foot down. But what a finish to the first game of the NFL season last night.
Game of inches, isn't it? You know, sometimes it just comes down to, I'm not even sure that was a full inch that toe was out of bounds on that back line. But what an exciting football game to start the season. And really enjoyed watching that. And both quarterbacks made electric play after electric play. And Lamar Jackson, particularly with his feet, man, when he gets in the open field, he is something to watch.
Well, speaking of electric, Kansas City had a real piece in the draft. That's Xavier Worthy.
For a touchdown. Number 1. Tonight.
So you didn't have Tyreek Hill on the team last year. He's in Miami having a great season. And they had some guys, like Rashee Rice is the SMU kid that is in year 2 that looked really good last night. Smith-Schuster and some other guys. But it wasn't the same offense. Kansas City struggled. Last night, for the most part, and they went up against last season's best defense in the National Football League. And his first game of the season, it looked really good. Xavier Worthy, luckily, Tommy, I played him in fantasy last night. He was on my friend's bench, so he had like 20-some-odd points on his bench. He will not be doing that the rest of the way, but man, they just what dynasties are able to do is they're able to keep their core like Kelsey, like Jones, like Mahomes, and then add pieces, add young guys. And this Worthy kid, man, he couldn't have had a better first game in the National Football League.
What were they saying? He's got the fastest 40 time ever?
In the NFL Combine history, he ran like it was either a low 4.2s or a high 4.1. I mean, it was insane. And again, that I know Quinn Ewers would love to be throwing him in a Texas uniform this season, but Patrick Mahomes sure likes his new toy to play with there in Arrowhead.
Mercy me. I mean, and yeah, you could see him fly. Skinny guy that moves and just went right up the middle on that one run. And, yeah, that was one of several high-level athletic plays in that game last night.
Speed kills. Mm-hmm. And Andy Reid is a guy that has utilized it over his tenure, not just in Kansas City and Philadelphia and various other places. He is a wizard on the offensive side of the football. But great game to start the NFL season. I was happy the way at least it turned out in the conclusion, not who won the game, but just the fact that back and forth, it was better even than the AFC Championship game last year. Kansas, I said yesterday, I was like, there's no way Kansas City wins. This is the revenge tour for Baltimore, and Kansas City just wanted it last night, man. Again, Mahomes' competitiveness, the fact that he is where he at this stage in his career, he passed Lynn Dawson last night at 28 years old as the all-time passing yards leader in Kansas City history. A lot of you Chiefs fans don't know who Lynn Dawson is because you became a Chiefs fan 5 years ago, but that's a legend in the lore of Kansas City and that franchise. But he is so fun to watch night in, night out.
Yeah. You can watch the game tonight, Brazil, your Packers and Eagles?
Yeah, the thing with this game is, one, it's on Peacock, which sucks. Like, I'm so against them putting this on Prime, Peacock, and I'm a young guy. I'm 29. This is not hard for me to utilize or get on or pay for the subscription. It's not complicated. I know how to do it, but it's just annoying. It's like one more thing I have to pay for, one more thing I have to find to do. I'm like Chuck. I want the previous button. I want to be able to get on my television service and click on a channel, but I can't do that with the game tonight. There's another playoff game that the NFL sold to, I think Prime, if I remember that correctly.
Yeah.
It's annoying when it's not on your typical television subscription. But yes, I will be watching tonight. I'm going to go eat with my grandma in Tulsa at her retirement home, and then I will be taking in that game later on.
Yeah, I'm going to be at a high school game, so I will not see it. I guess I'll catch the highlights. And that's the one thing I hate about Friday night big-time games in this time of the year is a lot of people, you put them in a position to choose between their kids, their high school, their local traditions. We were in Mountain Home yesterday. People are going to miss the Harrison Mountain Home game, to watch an NFL game. So I just hate that some are put in that spot, but I'm with you. They're making it a bit too cumbersome to watch some of these games. All right, full weekend coming up. We got coverage beginning tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for Arkansas and Oklahoma State. We'll be telling you more about that. We're brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. We're getting camping weather this weekend, guys, and it is going to be time to get out to your favorite spot, whether it's near a lake or a stream or one of our great state or national parks that are right here in our own backyard. Let Wheels put you on the 50-yard line with a brand-new RV with a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
So we welcome in our friend Sean from the Fenceman. Sean, do you pay for other subscription services? Or are you a one television package guy, or do you have 50 million like Tommy? Tommy, how many do you have? 4 or 5 for the kids?
We've trimmed it. We got Prime and we got Netflix.
Okay.
And that
is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
Well, you've trimmed it down. You've trimmed down the fat a little bit.
Well, the only other one we have is Hulu, and I just quit paying for it.
So, we're like a typical family. We have almost all of them probably. My wife is one of those crime documentary type people, so she wants to see the one on Apple TV. She wants to see one on Hulu. She wants to see one on Peacock, and then Prime and Netflix, and so. But we've trimmed everything else back. I think we just have basic internet service, so we can stream everything, and it works out.
It works fine as long as you don't have Dish or Direct or Cox or as long as you cut that out, you're about even.
Yeah, that's about right.
Well, the good thing is I know DirecTV customers have been wondering, hey, can I watch the Arkansas game tomorrow? If you live in Arkansas or Oklahoma, they are not ESPN and Disney owned, so you're not going to have an issue, it sounds like, turning on those games on traditional television, 11 o'clock on ABC. Sean, one of the marquee games of the weekend that everyone's been talking about this week, and I don't know if you've got the same sense from your friends, but I know at least 6 or 7 family friends that are going this week are making it's not even a trek. It's a 2.5, 3 hour drive.
Oh man, I wish I had the opportunity to go over and watch it. I think it's going to be an exciting atmosphere. I think it's going to be a true test of what our Hogs are going to do this year. And I see a win.
See a win. He's calling it early. He's calling a shot early this morning. Yep. So we've got that game. There's some other games to get into as we get a rolling here on a Fenceman Friday.
Fenceman Friday Picks. Call the Fenceman for all kinds of fences, controlled access, and custom iron projects. 479-782-3936. The Fenceman. We ain't afraid of no work.
All right, so we got some prop bets that we're going to start with first. Then we'll actually get to some games themselves. And we'll start, of course, with this Arkansas and Oklahoma State game. Then we'll come back and actually pit the game. Guys, we've talked a lot about Tailgating Green this week. We've talked about Lucas, and we've talked about the running game with Jaquin Jackson. So we're going to start with Arkansas's quarterback. Tommy, he is plus 400 to go for 250 passing yards and 56 or more rushing yards. So in order for you put down 100, you want to make 400, he's got to throw for at least 250 passing yards and rush for 56 or more rushing yards. Is that a good bet for you, that Tailgating Green is able to accomplish that?
I like the rushing number.
I do too. That's where I initially was like, that's going to hit. But
how many 200 passes?
250. It's 249.5 is what it's at. So he's got to do 250 or more.
Going under.
I'm with you. I think the rushing is going to hit 75, 80. But, Sean, I don't know if he's going to get that many passing yards. I could see where Arkansas could still find a way to win, but I don't know if I'd bet and recoup that money that I would invest in there.
I believe what you guys are saying 100% on that one. I don't know. But just to go opposite, I'm going to take that.
He's going to have a big banner day in Stillwater,
Just
Oklahoma. All right, Luke Hasz, another guy that we've talked a lot about. Only played in 4 or 5 games this last season, injured during the Texas A&M game. We saw his first true road game last season in Death Valley, Tiger Stadium. He went off, had 2 touchdowns, I think 100-plus yards. He was phenomenal. Tommy, his over-under on the Bet Saracen app is 49.5 reception yards, 44.5 receptions. So if he has 5 or more receptions and 50 or more reception yards, it's plus 260. Does he get that?
Yep.
Do you win $260 on your $100 bet?
I like that. I'll take the over on him.
These are kind of lower odds. Sean, I'm also going to go yes on this one. This was one of the lower prop bet odds in terms of, again, what you could pay out. So I think this hits tomorrow. I think they're going to find him early and often.
I think you're correct. They're going to be short and under or a quick and out.
All right, last one on the prop bets, and then we'll pick some games. Jaquindon Jackson is not going to get as hyped up as Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon, Doak Walker Award winner from last season, maybe the best running back in college football outside of Quinshot Judkins at Ohio State. Tommy, Jaquindon Jackson is set at 99.5. So if he rushes for more than 100 yards and 2 touchdowns or more, it's plus 650. That seems like a lot.
Laying off that.
Yeah.
Nope.
That seems like a lot. I could see him getting over 100, but 2 touchdowns.
I think the 2 touchdowns might be easier.
Do you think that's easier
than the 100?
Some goal line rushes?
Yeah.
What do you think, Sean? I think we're both going no on this one.
I'm going no on that one.
All right, we're all 3 on no on this one. All right, let's pick some games. North Carolina State against Tennessee. I think this is probably the second best game of the day outside.
Game's in Charlotte, right?
Yes, the game is in Charlotte. North Carolina State is a 10-point underdog. Now, this is a sneaky good ACC team. And I say sneaky because they are an ACC squad, but you mentioned the location of the game. I'm curious to what that looks like, red versus orange. Guys, I've got Tennessee winning, but I've got North Carolina State covering this 10-point spread. Again, Tennessee is a 10-point favorite in this one.
I'll take Tennessee going away.
Tennessee going away. They win big. Does Nico start his Heisman campaign tomorrow in Charlotte, Tommy?
It's too early for that.
Too early. All right. Sean, what do we think about this game in Charlotte, North Carolina between the Wolfpack and the Vols?
I'm going to follow Tommy's way. I think Tennessee's going to walk away with this one, really.
All right, let's go to the one in the big house, the Texas Longhorns. Same time as the Arkansas Razorbacks play, 11 o'clock. Texas is a 7.5 road favorite. Road favorite, guys. That's a big chunk in the big house, fellas. And I know they got Ewers. I know they got a good offense with Bond and those guys. But I can't see. I think Texas, I like Tennessee. I think Texas will win. But I can't see them covering by 8 or more. So I'm going to have Michigan covering this one, Tommy, the big house.
Michigan wins. Take Michigan on the money line.
Michigan on the money line.
There's no way I can vote for Texas. I'm sorry.
Do
I don't care what the line is. I don't care who they're playing against. I'm sorry. Texas is going to go home with their horns cut off.
Oh, horns sawed off. Sawed off in this one.
That's
all right.
right.
The Arkansas, I'm going to pull this up real quick. I looked at it this morning. I want to make sure it hasn't changed because I know some money has been coming in on the Arkansas Razorback. We know Sean's already going with the Razorbacks in this one. Again, tomorrow, 11 o'clock on ABC as the Arkansas Razorbacks will take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys in Boone Pickens Stadium. Sorry, the app's loading a little bit. Tommy, last time I checked, it was 7. Yep, still 7.5. Razorbacks are 7.5-point dogs. Do they cover in this football game?
I'll take Arkansas on the points.
Arkansas on the points. Guys, I felt strongly about this all summer. I've been a little more positive after what I saw against UAPB, but I've still got Arkansas losing in this game. I've got it 38-28. That's kind of where my head's at. 38-28. Hopefully I'll get more positive by game time. Hopefully there'll be stuff during the game that lends that going that way. But that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to that Arkansas game.
Guys, I think Arkansas is going to win this one. I know.
And now you've been saying that for a while.
I have been.
You haven't changed.
I haven't
You've
changed.
Been strong
I'm
about
staying
that.
on that. I think we're going to go in there. I think we're going to. Now, are we going to blow them out? No. I think we're going to win by a field goal, maybe a touchdown at the most. but I think we're going to squeeze this one out.
There was a Tommy. There was a prop bet, and I guess it was it Shipley that was listed on the prop bet on him making 2 or more field goals. But kicking's, if it's going to be close, I'm curious how Arkansas's kicker handles that pressure in a road venue tomorrow when he's only kicked extra points so far this fall.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, first time it's not going to be the bright lights in the day game, but first time under real pressure. So,
every kicker's got to start somewhere. So he was just warming up for the big show. They may win by a couple of field goals.
That'd be nice. You take that.
Just get it down close enough, put it through, and go away with the win.
Go away with the win. That'd be awesome to see a walk-off. All right, those are your Fenceman Friday picks here on September the 6th, Tommy.
Yep, all of our lines, all those prop bets, you can find them all at Bet Saracen. Get the Bet Saracen app for this weekend. Sean, I was noticing us scrolling through Facebook like we always do, and you had a message up that, hey, we're now hiring, looking for people. I saw you posting that this week. It seems like you're always growing and needing to add quality people to the team.
Oh, we are. We have been very blessed. Like I said, the River Valley economy, Northwest Arkansas, all that, it just keeps growing and growing, and we're a part of it. I can't tell you just how great it's been, and I need some quality people. I need guys who want to come on. We pay pretty good. We have some pretty decent benefits. I'm looking for some guys who want to come in and be part of our crew. We treat everybody like family. We don't treat you like a number or just a paycheck. So I'm looking for quality builders. I'm looking for some managers to come in and maybe manage the place or even run my warehouse for me. So come by, come apply in person, come talk to me. I'd like to see what you can do for us.
1213 North 32nd Street. Is that where you wanted to meet you at?
Yeah, 1213 North 32nd Street here in Fort Smith. Come by, put an application in, and if I'm there, mention my name, and I'll sit down and talk to you a couple minutes.
All right, that's the Fenceman, 782-3936, the phone number, or see Sean in person. Let's talk about a career with the Fenceman, 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. You got big weekend plans?
We are getting prepped. My daughter's going to be married here next month or so.
Nice.
So we're doing a lot of prep work for that, and people coming over to the house, so you know what that's like.
Ty will be wanting an invite. He's the wedding guy.
I got one. Did you not get one? Oh, that's tough, buddy. That's tough. I already got mine.
So, you got to drive to Clarksville. She lives here, but we're having the wedding in Clarksville.
What's the venue? Because I bet I've been there.
You're going to pin me against the wall, man. I don't know.
He's probably got a punch card for a discount.
I was gonna say, if it's where I think it is, I've been to that venue. It's fantastic.
I know I can, because I'm a directional guy. It is northwest of Clarksville up in the mountains. Yeah. I know where to drive to it, but I cannot remember the name to save my life right now. I'm probably in deep trouble now.
That's okay.
But if I ask Sean how much it cost, he can tell me that without hesitation.
He's got it. Does he have a Google sheet? Does he have an Excel document? Oh, it's this.
Somebody does.
Hey,
but it's not
but
Sean.
as every father says, is it worth it once you see her smile post-wedding?
To see her smile, yes, to see her heart nice and warm. Yeah,
Okay.
it's what it's what it's about, I guess. Make sure your kids are happy. Have a good time.
All right,
man. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next Friday.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great day.
All right.
All right, a lot to talk about. Hog update coming up. We're going to hear more from Taylor Green on Paul Feinbaum earlier this week. Some other sporting events going on here in Fayetteville this weekend across campus. Plus, convince me, why is Arkansas going to win this game tomorrow? Stay with us. It's the Morning Rush.
Listen to that last segment, I promise you, it sounded like I walked into a barbershop and listened to two old men just go at it. That was great.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb page brand
He
things.
means the website, which is shop on Razorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Hey, this is Oliver Miller, former Arkansas Razorback, the Big O. You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Oliver Miller, the Big O. We're going to roll into the middle.
Woo! Pig suey, baby.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with the exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fenceman was my first call. The Fenceman does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fenceman does it. The Fenceman. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN.
Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything, service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com. Schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote. Get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbors since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSauto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your hog update on the Morning Rush.
Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
So Taylor Green, your starting quarterback, was on Paul Feinbaum earlier this week, and he talked about a couple things, including just playing in the primetime atmosphere in Stillwater.
It's extremely exciting. You know, this is one of the reasons why you come to the University of Arkansas is, you know, to play on ABC, playing the big games. You know, whether it's 11 o'clock, whether it's 3 o'clock, whether it's, you know, at night. You know, Coach Pitt is saying just roll the ball down and play ball and, you know, let our toughness, you know, mental and physical toughness, you know, be present. And, you know, that's what, you know, I'm excited about, just, you know, the opportunity to be ABC in prime time and with a great opponent.
Tommy, I mentioned the Mountain West Conference Championship earlier, which he had a field day against Barry Odom's defense. But outside of that, is there a bigger – I mean, a high school game isn't going to eclipse the one in Boone Pickens tomorrow. Is there a bigger game that he's played in as a college football player than what he's going to walk into tomorrow?
Biggest stage, you know, big games – you know, personal perspective, but
that's true.
And what, because big game means it means more to you for some reason.
Yeah.
But this is the biggest stage, national audience, network television. Yeah, biggest stage, biggest opportunity to brand himself and brand his program.
And the program that is on his back right now. You think about, I mean, you think about where Arkansas is and what could change if you win this game tomorrow. There is a lot of pressure on him. And, again, I'm curious how it's a little jittery last week. I'm curious to see what he is initially.
A little
in this
what
game.
Last week?
Jittery.
Jittery, okay.
Curious if he has those same type of.
Well, I think there's always first game nerves.
Yeah.
I want to see his, you know, again, to our untrained eye, there were a few passes that were off on accuracy. There were some balls that may be behind, but until you know what the route was supposed to be, what the actual play call was, what the check was, it's hard to say that, hey, this is where the blame falls.
Yeah, well, first one we know was on him. There's no way to deny that. I mean, he threw it behind the receiver and should have been picked off. But after that, yes, true. So hopefully there isn't that issue where he throws a near pick in the first play of the game and Arkansas's offense gets off to a good start because you got to.
All those were teaching points this week with Bobby Petrino.
Yes, and I was listening to Chuck and Bo this morning. Apparently, Casey Dick still has his notes, Tommy, from Petrino back in 2008, and they were very specific and very pointed notes on what he needed to correct at the time. We're playing in Louisiana Tech and Euler the next couple nights, and Wichita State tonight. They also beat Rutgers last night in the Woo Pig Invitational, and then the soccer team is in action at Razorback Field, 6:30. It's also on the SEC Network Plus. All right, that is your Hog Update here on this Football Friday, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, we've got a couple calls, so we're going to get to Cecil, and we're going to get to Brian and Ozark, which I'm sure is going to say something positive about the Arkansas Razorbacks. But first, we're going to talk with our friend, David Rath of Rath Mitsubishi. David, I was at the gas station yesterday, and the pump handle was on the premium side, and instead of just the regular. Are you a premium or regular gas guy? Where are you going, leaded or premium with your vehicle?
Man, honestly, I prefer regular. If what I'm driving,
it's cheaper.
I'm saving that money, man.
Same way, Tommy? Are you cheaper? It was like it hit the handle, and I looked and I was like, why is this $15 more expensive than what I usually pay?
Accidentally pushed the wrong button?
I accidentally hit the wrong button because it leaned on it, but figure that out. Yeah. So we're all unleaded guys here on the Morning Rush. Thank goodness we came to that conclusion. David, you guys this month at Rath.
Thank you for asking.
Yes, I just wanted to make sure that we're all.
It's important to know who you're talking to.
Yes, you just want to. Yeah. Amongst common folk, you want to make sure.
Me and David love to set money on fire.
Yes, not do that. David, you guys aren't setting money on fire at Rath Mitsubishi and Rath Auto Resources this month. State sales tax paid when you trade in both Springdale and in Fort Smith.
Yeah, we had a great month. Both stores sold a lot of pre-owned Springdale stores, so trying to reload on the inventory, and that's a great way to do it. And so, I would rather trade for stuff than go out and buy it, put deals together and get some great local trade-ins that way. So, yeah, we're incentivizing that. Bring your old vehicle in, either here or, here in Springdale or in the Fort Smith store. We're going to take a look at that, give you the best value we can for your trade-in, and you're going to get your state sales tax paid on top of that.
David Rath, regular unleaded gas. That's how we know him by from now on. David, appreciate the time. Hopefully,
87, man.
Yeah, hopefully DQ goes to see you soon in the Meineke Car Care Center and fix that tire. We appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks, man.
How long has that been going on for DQ and the tire issue that she's been having? Like a week, a month?
I have no idea.
She just hasn't gotten it fixed.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, okay. They've been talking about it on the afternoon show for whatever reason.
What's the
Are
issue?
you something that like it keeps unloading or whatever? When y'all's car has an issue,
unloading.
The air keeps coming out. The air. I didn't say that properly.
It's got a leak, so the tire's got a leak.
The tire's got a leak, and for whatever reason, she hasn't fixed it yet. When you have something pop up on your vehicle, do you fix it right away?
Depends
or
on what
do
it
you wait?
is. Yeah. Depends on what it is. If my car's overheating or
right away.
The oil light comes on. Depends on what it is. Something that could blow the motor up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's pull over immediately. Get this handled.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on what the problem is. So yeah, that's a tire. That's probably lower on the list. Hey, be sure and check out our friends at Farm Credit. They've got 25 locations around the state. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. Go to myaglender.com. If you're thinking about remodeling your home, whether it's sprucing up that existing one or maybe even got aspirations of building a brand new home, let the team at Farm Credit guide you through the process and introduce you to all the financing options and find the right one that's there for you. That's myaglender.com. myaglender.com, or stop in at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. They've been helping families build new memories for more than 100 years.
Cecil, Brian, hold on. We'll get to you next.
Find us on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, 97.1 in Camden and South Arkansas, and everywhere on hitthatline.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, this is former Razorback pitcher Connor Noland, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center with the exciting news. Backed by popular demand, state sales tax paid when you trade on our huge inventory of road-ready certified vehicles. That's right. This month, get the best used car your money can buy, road-ready certified with warranty, and get your state sales tax paid when you trade. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, just north of Phoenix on Towson, Fort Smith.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, so why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
If you are involved in a divorce or custody case, you want an attorney you can trust to guide you through the process. The attorneys at Hickey & Hole Law Partners have over 7 decades of combined experience. Hickey & Hole have seen and heard nearly every scenario you can imagine, ready to put that experience to work for you to get the best results. Visit kevinhickeylaw.com or give them a call today, 479-434-2414. Hickey & Hole Law Partners. Things are about to get better.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
End of season savings are yours right now on Kubota hay equipment at Gray Brothers, including the new DM Series disc mowers, or try Kubota's DM Series trail mowers. And for the prettiest bale of hay on the market, try Kubota's VV Series round baler. With Gray Brothers' low pricing and great interest rates from Kubota, it's time for your new hay equipment. That's Gray Brothers equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at CartPathSocial.com. CartPath Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun.
All right, so let's rub on the crystal ball here a little bit. Morning Rush Daily Question. On Hog Reaction tomorrow afternoon following the game, who is the player we're talking about? Who is the Arkansas player that if the Hogs go and win in Stillwater, this player was the difference maker? Could be an offensive player, could be a defensive player. Guys, who's the player you feel like this one's the one that's going to lead us to the winner's circle?
I think Jaquindon Jackson. And I think most people will say Taylor Green's the easy answer. Not that Jaquindon is that much below Taylor, but always the centerpiece tomorrow. He's the best player on the field. There's no question. Like, you, as an Arkansas fan, you have to admit that. The best player on the football field tomorrow is Ollie Gordon. But if Jackson has a good game where he's out around 100 yards, around his Bet Saracen total, then he could be the game. He could be the workhorse. He could be the alpha, which you're hoping and expect him to be. And Arkansas simply didn't have that last season with Rocket injured, and they didn't have that in the backup situation. So I'm going to say Jaquindon.
Yeah, because he's going to open up the offense. If you can run, you more than likely can have some success passing, and no doubt Taylor Green's going to have to play well, and these other guys are going to have to step up. But Jaquindon, getting 2, 3, 4 yards a carry at least, that would be huge for that offense.
I'm going to go with Satania. I think we're going to see him maybe introduced into the offense with some end arounds and some jet sweeps, and used in a role to run the football some. He can touch the ball in special teams. We saw him make a difference last week, but it was called back by penalty. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he can stretch the field with his speed as a receiver as well. I think he's multifaceted, can do some different things. I'm gonna say Satania's our guy.
Seth and Rogers also agrees. Jaquindon Jackson. JT Hot Springs says it's not one person. It's just more rushing yards from the Arkansas offense. And for Satania, I think we have to be as good as Arkansas looked offensively against a bad football team last week. Got to remember, Petrino didn't just lay out the full deck last week.
No.
So Isaiah, I think, had 1 or 2 catches. I know he had one decent chunk, 20 or 30 yards, but it wasn't like they just fed him the football. I don't even know if he got a jet sweep last week, now that I'm thinking about it. So you will see, in my opinion, like you're saying, trying to get him involved. It's a matter of, can you make the plays when you're given the opportunity against a veteran Oklahoma State defense?
No rushes, 1 target, 24 yards last week, or 34 yards. But in last week's game, I just think I'm going to go with him just because there's 3 different ways for him to impact the game. Special teams, running the football, and catching the football.
That's a good point. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. They're doing, again, away tailgates. If you want to go to the game during home football games, you can too, but especially these away games like Oklahoma State, Auburn, Mississippi State, and the ones down the list, come by Cart Pass Social. It's in Lowell. CartPassSocial.com is the best indoor golf destination. They've got TVs everywhere, all different games. Christian and Nate told me they also paid for NFL Sunday ticket as well. So as the NFL season got underway last night, it's a great place to watch games on Sunday as well. Cart Pass Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun. To the phones we go, where our friend Cecil has been patiently waiting about 20 or so minutes. Cecil, I know you want to talk about the Hogs, man. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, fellas. I know I don't have long, so let me try to get it out the way. First thing I want to say is, Chuck, give me those Hogs in 7.5. That's a dead giveaway. I think we have a whole brand new veteran team that don't nobody know about. I'm a Hog fan, so I study the Hogs. Petrino is top of the line, high maintenance. He know what he's doing. He ain't gonna let you get out on him. He's gonna control the narrative, and I got big confidence that we're gonna win the game. I mean, I just don't see us losing the game, but no one knows. So Las Vegas, they're gonna win. I always ride with Vegas anyway.
House always wins, doesn't it, Tommy? House always wins, doesn't it?
The house. Well, they get 100% of the losers and 10% of the winners.
Yeah.
So it's hard to go broke doing that.
So Vegas want everybody to take Oklahoma State at home. Arkansas gonna go in there and handle their business, and we're going to a bowl game this year. I don't know how many wins we actually gonna win, but I know we're gonna win more than 5 games.
Well, Cecil, you cited something there. I appreciate your call. You cited something there with Petrino that a lot of people cited all offseason. They're like, we're going to be better with Bobby Petrino. Tommy, the phrase that you kept uttering throughout the season is, you're probably 7 points better. I want you to listen to your starting quarterback talk about his offensive coordinator this week and really the level that Cecil was just referring to.
He demands, excellence, from the quarterback position. And he, demands me to be on my P's and Q's every single day and, having no excuse. And, that trickles down, to the O-line, to the running backs, to the receivers, just to everybody, just having the mentality of, we're going to score every single defense. The execution that we need, that we're going to have is like it says, 10 out of 10. And that's how we practice every single day.
Use the word demands. And that's not the first time we've heard a quarterback or former player say that around Bobby Petrino. And there are certain guys, certain bosses, certain coaches that they may ask for something, they don't necessarily receive it, but it's worked for him in the past. And you're just hoping it works tomorrow and for the rest of the season.
It's just approach. I mean, if your boss asks you for something, that's a demand. Hey, I want this done. It's all an approach. Bobby Petrino has a little different management style than others, but it works. And it was different as a head coach. I think the line still, and you just look at the television coverage last week and how much screen time Bobby Petrino got in that television broadcast last week. There's still a lot of attention paid on him. He's not the head coach. His style has to fit within what Sam Pitman wants and what is needed. But, diamonds form under pressure. You got to have pressure in order to make things great. And that's just part of the process. If there's not pressure, there's generally not going to be excellence following.
Clay Henry, listening this morning, chimes in. He doesn't think it's one player. He thinks it's the offensive line. Now, you've got a gym.
If Clay's right, you win the game.
Yeah,
if Clay's right, you win the game.
And I think this is important. So you're going against, correct me if I'm wrong, the first or second best team in the Big 12, right?
Right.
And you're a at least the preseason thought is you're at the bottom of the pack in the SEC, right?
Well, in the bottom
The
shelf.
thought.
Bottom shelf.
Bottom
I don't
shelf.
know. I don't know if people put you 16th, but I know what you're saying.
Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, Arkansas. That's what you've been lumped with all offseason, right? But the idea that this is going to be a competitive game is because you play in the Southeastern Conference and this team in 2021 is a Big 12 opponent. Now, again, they're not the exact same team, but it's the idea that you're the SEC team while you're still not highly thought of like this Big 12 team. There's not a lot of people I've heard this week that think Oklahoma State's going to just blow them out of the water. One of them has phoned in, Brian in Ozark. Brian, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Ty?
Nothing much.
Hey, I would like to make two comments. One about Arkansas, Oklahoma State, one about Texas, Michigan. First, last year Texas beat Oklahoma State 49-21. They held Ollie Gordon to 34 yards in 20 minutes, because that's all Oklahoma State was on the field was 20 minutes. From what I've seen, I don't know if Arkansas can win that game or not. I don't believe they can. I don't believe they have that kind of talent.
You're backtracking. You're already backtracking. Yeah. You said earlier this week there's no way Arkansas wins. Now it's I don't think. Which one is it?
Well, I don't believe they'll win, but I'm giving them a benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
I believe Oklahoma State wins by 21.
Okay.
I said that, and I still believe that. I just don't think Arkansas has the talent yet.
So what if they do? What if you're wrong? What if Arkansas goes out to win this game? Are you going to all of a sudden have this epiphany? Are you going to change your mind about Arkansas? Or are you going to stay the same thing on Monday that Arkansas is not worth the crap and they're going to get blown out when the Longhorns coming to town on November the 16th?
Well, no, they're not going to match up against Texas at all. But my other comment on it, Tommy, I hope you don't bet on Michigan, because this is it. I watched this Michigan-Fresno State game. That Michigan quarterback is horrible. He passed for 130 yards. If he passes against that, Texas will romp Michigan in Ann Arbor.
You know how many people care? Do you care about that?
No, not in the least.
You kind of had some people there, Brian, when you were talking about the Arkansas-Oklahoma State game, but I don't think any. We have we have one friend and advertiser that is a huge Michigan fan. I don't know anyone.
And I'm
else.
rooting for Michigan.
Oh, same here.
Because they're playing Texas and for our buddy, for our buddy Matt.
Michigan's defense will keep them in that game.
Yeah, I agree, Christian. I think that Sharon Moore's defense will at least keep them competitive in that game. But have you noticed at the beginning of the week it was Arkansas has no chance, and then it's kind of shifted a little bit. I wonder if he's backtracking.
He's just a backwater Texas fan. That's all I can say.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to criticize his father or mother for raising, but how can you have allegiance for a program in a state for so long and then all of a sudden switch to its rival? I don't understand that. Like, my grandpa, for example, would not be happy with the fact that my cousin went to Texas and went to college there. She loved it. She had a great time, and she's eternally grateful for spending 4 years in Austin. But my grandpa would not, even my uncle jokes about that. I don't know how you can have an allegiance to a program or a state or a franchise if you're an NFL fan or whatever, and then all of a sudden just flip to its most hated rival. I personally can't understand that. I mean, you've been an Arkansas fan longer than I have.
No, there's never a thought of being a fan of another college football program.
Not at all.
It's so provincial.
Jimmy's in Fort Smith. Jimmy, Brian's got us riled up. What do you got for us this morning?
Guys, something that nobody's talking about and is going to be the actual key to the game tomorrow is how well Arkansas secondary holds up and how well our defense tackles. That's going to be the key to the game. If we go out and we tackle like we can and like we're supposed to, we'll win that game, and I think we'll win it by 10 points. If we tackle like we did last week and our secondary plays kind of like we did last week, I think we're going to be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to game plan for Ollie Gordon. I think our front seven can handle Ollie Gordon. He's not the second coming of Darren McFadden. He's good. He's very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
But you can contain that. Even defenses could game plan for Darren McFadden. I mean, when Darren McFadden was here, we didn't go undefeated. So you can game plan for that. But this team can pass. And if our secondary, which is going to be left on the island a lot, can defend, we're going to be just fine. If we can't, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Jimmy, to your point, Ollie Gordon, you know his longest rush was last week at home against South Dakota State?
Was it 12 yards?
12 yards.
12 yards.
12 yards. Had over 100, had 2 touchdowns, but he's not invincible. And Arkansas
got a very experienced offensive line in front of him. And that's going to be I think the matchup is Arkansas's defensive line against this veteran offensive line.
It's a good take, Jimmy. We appreciate your call.
Oklahoma State. So we'll get to all of that. Brought to you by APAC Arcola. Openings right now in Northwest Arkansas, North Central Arkansas. They're looking for people to join their team, particularly in 4 or 5 different spots, including they're needing a 4-person. If you've got leadership skills, management skills, you've directed job sites before and understand what goes into the daily planning and what needs to happen to run a team, they've got a job for you right now. Go to jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola is an equal opportunity employer.
Tom Murphy's on the way to Stillwater. We're going to chat with him when we return on the Morning Rush.
Hey, Hawk fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Work now, pay later with sizzling savings at WT Equipment. No money down, no interest, and no payments until 2025 on select New Holland equipment. Choose 0 for 60 or up to 10,000 cash back, plus free net wrap on roll belt round balers. 0 for 72 or up to 10,000 cash back on mid-range tractors, or 0 for 72 plus an additional 2,000 cash back on a new compact. Work smarter with no money down, no interest, and no payments on your choice of the summer's hottest deals at WT Equipment, your partner in progress.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jamart. Jamart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jamart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jamart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jamart locations in the area. Jamart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
This summer at Hardee's, the BLT gets an upgrade with the new Frisco BLT Angus Burger and Frisco BLT Hand-Breaded Chicken Sandwich. The classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato, atop a famous charbroiled burger or signature hand-breaded chicken sandwich, all between 2 thick slices of toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Participation may vary. Exclusions apply by time of day.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region.
The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
Are you interested in saving money on your heating bills and upgrading your home's energy efficiency? Now's the time. Installing or upgrading to natural gas allows you to take advantage of high-efficiency supply of energy and money. From furnaces to water heaters to gas dryers and fireplaces, there's a natural gas option to fit your home and your budget. What's not to love about that? Don't wait. Call AOG today at 800-842-5690 or visit AOGC.com to learn more. AOG, energy for life.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Oh no, what happened to your windshield?
I had an accident. I'm definitely going to have to get a new one.
You should call Mr. AutoGlass on Towson Avenue.
I have to be careful. I have all this technology in my windshield.
Technology?
Yes, things like adaptive cruise, rain sensing wipers, and lane assistant.
Well, the folks over at Mr. AutoGlass can definitely calibrate all of that for you. They are super friendly and fast. You should give them a call.
What's that number?
782-4441.
Okay, I'll give Mr. AutoGlass a call. 782-4441.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine, a very slight chance of seeing a shower or storm, a high in the middle to upper 80s. Clear skies tonight. It will be cooler and less humid, an overnight low in the mid to upper 50s. Sunshine on Saturday, a high right around the mid to upper 70s. And Sunday, plenty of sunshine, high temperature Sunday in the upper 70s to low 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor, Woodland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
It's extremely exciting. You know, this is one of the reasons why you come to the University of Arkansas is play on ABC, playing the big games. You know, the belief and, you know, the execution that we need, that we're going to have is 10 out of 10.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about them Cowboys?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those. Oh.
Great text from Gavin in Fayetteville. This morning as we get in hour number 2 of the Morning Rush. Tom Murphy, just one sec. Brian is the type of guy who would take financial advice from Vince Young just because he went to Texas. Didn't Vince Young didn't he go bankrupt, or am I putting that in another?
Didn't he also get hooked up with like a really bad apple that was a financial advisor, gave him some really bad advice? I think he got connected with the wrong financial guy too.
Electric college player. Didn't amount to what many people thought he would at the National Football League. All right, Tom Murphy said to join us. Hour 2 Football Friday here on the Morning Rush.
Hey, coming up on September 17th, that's a Tuesday night, John Calipari is going to be the featured speaker at the Night of Hope for Team Luke, Hope for Minds. TeamLukeHopeForMinds.org is where you can find out more about this event and their mission, which helps children with traumatic brain injuries. And it's a great cause, and that's one of the reasons Coach Cal's gotten behind this. It begins at 6:30. There's going to be a VIP meet and greet cocktail party for sponsors of the event that begins at 6:15. You'll get to rub elbows with Coach Cal and then learn more. Joe Klein's going to be there as well. There's sponsorship opportunities still available. There's like 8 tables still available if you'd like to take a group from work or a group of clients or get your family together and hear Coach Cal in a very special setting. You can do that on the night of September 17th, but you need to get those tables reserved now. It's going to be at Pinnacle Country Club in Rogers. And here's how you find out more about sponsorship, ticket, and table opportunities. Go to teamlukehopeforminds.org. That's teamlukehopeforminds.org and make your plans to be with us and be with Coach Cal September 17th, 6:30 at Pinnacle Country Club for the Night of Hope with Team Luke, hopeforminds.org.
All right, let's welcome in Mr. Murphy with some college football music this morning. Tom, where are we on the road trip to Stillwater?
I'm still in Fayetteville. We're going to head on over here this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I know you had mentioned earlier this week that you might be on the road at this point. So big game tomorrow, 11 o'clock ABC, and, of course, right here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com. Tommy asked a good question earlier. I know we're chatting with you on Tuesday. He mentioned, hey, who's the player we're talking about Monday? So when we talk with you on Tuesday, what Arkansas Razorback do you think we'll be discussing with you that had an impact in Boone Pickens this weekend?
Well, that's a great question. I would like to think, I would if we're talking about Jaquindon Jackson on Tuesday, then I think we're talking about an Arkansas win, because if they run the ball, if they can get third and manageable and continue that great third down success they're having, then they're going to give themselves a chance to win. Obviously, slowing Oklahoma State is going to be a big deal. So, can Landon Jackson? Can anyone else? Can Arkansas be successful with a four-man rush, and then to give themselves better coverage options on the back end? That's a big question. So they're probably going to test that. And if they can't get in there against that veteran line, they're going to have to commit more guys, because I really think putting Oklahoma State in disadvantageous down and distances is going to be real big. So, I mean, they're second level. To me, Danico Slaughter and the safeties have to be really good with their eyes and with their tackling. Because if they're sloppy with their tackling at nickelback, the hog position, and their safeties, then they're going to lose the game.
Yeah, Jimmy and Fort Smith, who we had on, called in earlier, brought up that same thing. A lot of that was kind of tossed aside when you win 70-0. Do they have the talent? Do they have the capability in the back end, Tom, to put themselves on island in situations like that?
Well, I mean, we're going to find out. I mean, I like their depth at corner, but, you know, Jaheim Singletary, 5-star, he got a chance against LSU, and he just he didn't hold up in the man coverage against Brian Thomas, and, you know, it changed that game around. So if they can hang with the two outside guys and you know, Stribling and Owens, you know, that's a big plus. And then they've got to contain Presley, the slot guy. And so who's going to cover him? Can Danico Slaughter run with him? I mean, I don't think you can afford to put a linebacker on him. So they've got to be able to cover him, and then just get Alan Bowman off his point a little bit. And if they can do that, they'll give themselves a chance. You know, this 7.5 line to me is a little bit of a show of respect for where the Razorbacks are right now, because I think they're the way people appraise them or appraise Arkansas football with the defensive success, finishing number 47 last year, and then adding Petrino, I think it's gone up. And if they hadn't walloped UAPB the way they did, you know, won it 40-10 or something, then it might not be 7.5. So Oklahoma State at home, a ranked team, and 7.5 says, hey, we think Arkansas has got a chance.
Tom, what do you expect to see that will be new this week? I know Arkansas scored on 10 straight series last week, but I think we're all, of the understanding that Bobby Petrino didn't empty the gunny sack with offensive wrinkles. Are you expecting much different and some new personnel packages, maybe someone else involved in the offense that didn't have a spotlight role last week?
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, is that Andrew Armstrong is good enough to play? It could be. Sam Pitman spilled a little bit in the postgame Thursday. They didn't run the jet sweeps with Satania, and you know that's going to happen. Well, either the tunnel type deals or in motion, and they take the jet sweep to get the edge. So we know those things will happen. There'll probably be some little things with boots. Some of the route combinations they use are going to be different. And you know Oklahoma State has a full set of things they probably didn't show against South Dakota State that Arkansas is going to have to adjust to. That's just the way the game is played. Both of these teams did a lot of advanced preparation over the summer and in camp to be ready for this game.
How do you neutralize the veteran offensive line that is the strength of that OSU offense?
Well, that's a great question. They played together for so long. They know what each other's going to do. I mean, there's value in that. There's value in the communication before the snap on what they anticipate to happen. So it's going to boil down to Arkansas's got to win some one-on-one battles. I mean, can a Cam Ball just whip his guy and stop a 3rd and 1, or a 4th and 1, just stonewall it? Can Landon Jackson pull off some moves where Alan Bowman can't react in time and he gets sacked on a 3rd and 7? I mean, these are the kind of individual type plays that can win you a ball game. And I just feel the Razorbacks think they are better suited, better prepared to do that this season.
Tom Murphy with us here on the Morning Rush, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, as I pull up the Razorback football social media account, they posted some pictures recently, and Armstrong's like in the background. I mean, you're not Sherlock Holmes or a detective, but I mean, can we assume, based on these picks, that he's going to suit up on Saturday?
In the background, standing on the side. I haven't seen the pic. Is he standing on the sideline?
Yeah, he's right behind Tailgating Green. I think there was one, if I remember seeing correctly, he's in the huddle with the offense. I mean, I don't know if they intentionally did that as a way to throw off Oklahoma State, but I just found that interesting when it comes to whether or not he's going to play tomorrow.
Yeah, you really never know. I feel hamstrings are really tricky. I think it's been almost a month, and there's different grades to the hamstrings. And Arkansas is not being, they don't have to say what level it is, but we saw the hamstring. He wasn't happy, but we also saw him in practices after that in our limited amount of time. So my guess is he's really close to being ready, and maybe they just wanted to not test it at all against UAPB and have him ready to go this week. My gut feeling is that I think he's going to try to play. It's a big game, and it's been a month.
Tom, I'm looking at the Weather Channel app right now. 72 degrees is the forecasted kickoff temperature at 11 a.m., 75 in the noon hour. The high during the game will be towards the end, around 80 degrees in the 2 and 3 o'clock hours. Arkansas, I mean, I think most of the field and the sidelines are going to be in the sun throughout the contest, but to me, that's a real break for the Razorbacks to go to Stillwater and maybe catch a day that's maybe 10 degrees cooler than they had planned for.
I like it. That's a very manageable game day temperature for early September. So, guys are going to play longer reps. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Guys are going to have longer reps and longer stints on the field. They're not going to be a lot of 3 and outs for the defense. There might be some, but guys are going to have to play longer segments of sets of plays. So anything that can help. I mean, clearly it's an Oklahoma State home field advantage. The sideline goes right down to your bench area, basically. So they're going to have to be very disciplined, not to get involved with the fans, and then who knows? Maybe the weather will play out for them.
What does this game mean personally and professionally for Sam Pitman?
Yeah, I think he realizes it's such a big deal. It can be a tone setter. You're expected to win next week at home against UAB. So if you win it, you have a really good shot at going 3-0. If you lose it, then what kind of doubt creeps in? What happens in your locker room? If you lose it, how do you lose it? Is it another tight loss? And so a lot of things are at play. But he's done, I think he and the staff have done basically all they could to bolster the roster, to try to foster confidence in the ranks through the offseason. Hey, look, we're a stronger team. We're faster now. We're more together. And so if there's adversity on Saturday, how they respond to that is going to be kind of under the microscope. And then on a broader picture, what's their game day adversity response? And then if they lose the game, what's the program's response? But it's a great little tester. It's home. I mean, it's 3 hours from home. It's an opponent that's got a great recent history. They have a great home record, Oklahoma State does. So if you win it, that's a big deal. You could be right.
It's a character builder. That's what it is.
Character. Good old cliche. Yeah, Tom, to your point about home wins, I think they're second or either tied with Alabama for the most home wins since 2020. So Boone Pickens, not exactly an easy place to walk into as a visiting football team. Tom, we'll leave it there, man. We'll chat next Tuesday. Enjoy your game this week. I'm sure Bob and Wally have picked out somewhere good to go tonight if y'all are staying in Tulsa or Stillwater, wherever the case may be.
Yeah, we got a plan, man, and y'all enjoy your weekend, and let's see what happens. Maybe Tuesday will be a fun day to rehash this.
Well, let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. You brought up something. I had this written down. That's a great question by you. The Sam on the hot seat conversation is not eliminated because we know in college football, like, fans are just nuts and all it takes is one loss. But it goes away for 2 weeks because they're not losing to UA. If they beat Oklahoma State, they're not losing to UAB. And that's one less thing you have to worry about as a head coach. And he's got $1 million. I don't care who you are. If the idea that you're on the hot seat and potentially going to lose your job, it affects you in some way, shape, or form. Some more than others. But at least that could be set aside for potentially 2 weeks and hopefully beyond that. We'll see.
Let's dive into that a bit more. We get to our SEC update. That's also on the way. We're brought to you by Oaklawn Sports. Hey, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus bets when you sign up right now. With football season here, it's really simple. Oaklawn's made it easier than ever. Deposit into your new account. You're automatically enrolled in the promotion. You receive a second chance on your first bet each of your first 10 days for up to $1,000 or up to $100 a day or up to $1,000 total. Funding's easier than ever to deposit and withdraw with debit and credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, ACH, on-site cash, and more. Plus, it's really simple right now to go in and find the stuff you're looking for, whether it's conference winners, team totals, season-long team totals, player props, live game betting. It's all there for you with Oaklawn Sports. So, bet with the brand you trust. Get that $1,000 in bonus bets with Oaklawn Sports. Anywhere in Arkansas, it's Oaklawn Sports.
All right, when we return, like Tommy said, we got our SEC update. We'll dive a little more into that Sam Pitman thing and more of your calls and texts. Football Friday edition of the Morning Rush.
Find us on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, 97.1 in Camden and South Arkansas, and everywhere on hitthatline.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
You got any Ric Flairs in you? Woo! That's pretty good right there.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's summer clearance sale time at Jelco Outdoors. Save 25% off summer casual and fishing clothing by Ariat, Drake, Hook, Wrangler, and Under Armour. Old Town kayaks and canoes, marked to cost. Save hundreds of dollars on the Old Town while they last. Archers, get ready for early bow season. Don't miss the summer clearance sale at Jelco Outdoors. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. You've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ready to explore beyond the beaten path? Discover the Range Rover lineup at Land Rover of Little Rock. Experience handcrafted luxury with the capability to take on any adventure. The elegant Range Rover offers unmatched performance and first-class luxury. The Range Rover is built for every journey. Visit Land Rover of Little Rock today and explore our incredible Range Rover selection. Plus, take advantage of our promotions and recently revamped service department. Visit us at 25 Colonel Glenn Plaza Drive or log on at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
With a helpful hardware, folks. Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Now through September 9th, buy 1 gallon of Clark Kensington or Ace Royal paint and get 50% off at your local Yeager's Hardware. Sale includes interior and exterior paint, limit 2.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Do you need an attorney that you can actually speak with? You need Hickey & Hull Law Partners. The attorneys at Hickey & Hull understand the importance of client communication and are taking the time to meet you, respond to emails, and return calls. Every case is important, and they strive to give each one the time and attention it deserves. Call today, 479-434-2414, or visit them online at kevinhickeylaw.com. Hickey & Hull Law Partners. Things are about to get better.
TGI Fridays on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith now has meal deals starting at $9.99, which includes an entree, side, and fountain drink. Try their delicious 6-ounce sirloin served with seasoned fries for $15.99. The Bacon Ranch Chicken Sandwich with seasoned fries, $11.99. Chicken Caesar Salad for $10.99 and more. Their meal deals also include tasty chicken fettuccine Alfredo served with garlic breadsticks for $12.99 and a cheeseburger with seasoned fries for only $9.99. TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC buyers. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
All right, so there's some good college football games this weekend. We've talked about a few of them this morning. Most notable, Ann Arbor, Michigan, the Big House, Texas, and Michigan. Tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock on Fox. Your Arkansas Razorbacks, ABC, ESPN Arkansas, also at 11. You do have an SEC game tomorrow. South Carolina Gamecocks, Kentucky Wildcats, 2:30 on ABC. Other games include Tennessee against North Carolina State in Charlotte, Oklahoma hosting the Houston Cougars, who are already 0-1. South Florida against Bama. Middle Tennessee State against Mississippi. I think Alabama goes to Wisconsin next week. That's one of the other notable non-conference games. But 2 more weeks until we really get underway with SEC on SEC football. But, Tommy, at least we have one SEC game in week number 2.
Yeah, we get to try out the injury report. I guess we got it midweek. Yeah. We'll get an update tomorrow. So, but, yeah, and that game probably doesn't draw as much attention for me as Texas, Michigan, and obviously Arkansas, Oklahoma State. But, league game. So,
and hopefully it's one of those games that ends up being, again, I think last week it was a little underwhelming, unlike last night, which was an awesome start to the NFL season. Mahomes, Jackson almost led the Ravens down if you missed it, 27-20 the final. But week 1, little underwhelming.
Okay, so I think for a lot of people, last night was your first chance to really see and maybe understand the new kickoff in the NFL.
Yeah, great point.
What did you think? And if you didn't watch last night for whatever reason, you kick it off. Everybody stays in place. They're lined up a little deeper, but no one can leave their spot till the ball is caught. If you kick it in the end zone, they bring it to the 30, right? And then you can return it from there. It's designed to produce more returns, but also have less high-speed collisions.
Yeah. I think, so there wasn't a return last night, right? The Ravens are one of the best special teams.
No, there was some return, but not a lengthy.
Sorry. I need to rephrase. There was not a return for a touchdown last night. But I think, based on Devin Hester and other guys that are like, it will lead to more of that, I think I'm going to like it. You're the ref guy. You're the rules guy. What did you think of last night?
I want to watch more. Obviously saw 4 or 5 of them or whatever it was last night, but I think it's interesting. You got to look over your shoulder. I think it's one more thing you've got to referee is, from that perspective is, hey, what if they leave early? What if someone, someone's got, it's like being a track and field judge now.
Let's go back to Ty's junior high days and I guess high school. Back on the free throw line, back in those days, you couldn't move from your spot until the ball hit the rim. So you had to like wait, and if a guy had a weird wonky free throw rotation, then like a hitch, you were like itching. So there were line violations occasionally. All right, that is your SEC update here on a Football Friday.
Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Summer's winding down, and the savings are just beginning. Dive into the end of the season savings at Burton Pools and Spas. We're owning a pool right now. It's more affordable than ever. For a limited time, up to $14,000 off on fiberglass pools. And if you're one of the first 10 customers who purchase an Aqua Creek pool with premium vinyl finish, you'll receive a free hot tub right now. Burton Pools and Spas, Fort Smith, Springdale, and in Greenland, and online at burtonpools.com. All right, more of your calls and text coming up. We're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. We were talking about the fall weather. It's going to be hitting in Stillwater, but it's going to be hitting here in the Ozarks as well throughout the weekend. Cooler weather makes me really want to get to Baxter and that Baxter-Marion County line where the Bull Shoals Dam is and spend some time there at Gaston's. The leaves will be changing in 4 or 5 weeks. Plan that trip out for latter November or latter October, early November. It's a great time to get to Gaston's, starting to be fireplace season and all of that. 870-431-5202 for Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Shop local, eat local, be local. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is The Morning Rush.
House here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fenceman was my first call. The Fenceman does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fenceman does it. The Fenceman. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive into Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fenceman was my first call. The Fenceman does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fenceman does it. The Fenceman. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
The dandy white perch, big old slab. C'est bon, Sacalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive into Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just
7-7-6-9-6-3. Also, another thing I'm wondering, what advantage do you have in tomorrow's game? What advantage do you have over the Oklahoma State Cowboys that you can say, I think we're better here? We'll get into both of those as we continue on here at Football Friday.
You know, my wife's got some patio furniture. There's just a couple simple chairs her grandmother had that we've got out on our patio, and they're starting to weather a little bit. And we were talking about taking them to River City Coatings in Van Buren and getting them powder coated. That's one of the many things they can do at River City Coatings is take things like patio furniture or things that are valuable to you that, you know, are starting to get a little signs of weathering, maybe a little bit of rust on them, and you want to make sure that they last forever. And one way to, I don't know if preserve's the right word, is powder coating. What is powder coating? Is that just like an extra layer of paint? No, it becomes part of the metal, and it can withstand abrasions, chemical abrasions, the weathering, and just the things that go along that eventually wear paint down over time. Our friends at River City Coatings in Van Buren, they've been doing this for more than 25 years, and they offer a wide variety of not only just colors to choose from. So it's not just, simple old dull black. They got, 4 or 5 different blacks, actually, that you can choose from. A matte black, a glossy black, plus a variety of other colors that make your project look great. They do farm equipment, brake calipers. I mentioned patio furniture. Anything metal that you don't want to have to worry about the paint or the protection of that metal, powder coating is the way to go. No project's too big or small, so if paint's not tough enough, consider powder coating with River City Coatings. 471-7675 is their number, 471-7675, or go to rivercitycoatings.com.
Tommy, Big C, our entire audience, you can hop in on this. Again, where do you feel like you have more pros than cons with Oklahoma State? Mason and Conway gets it going this morning. He texted in. He feels like Arkansas is a better offensive coordinator with Bobby Petrino over Oklahoma State's Casey Dunn, who's been with Gundy, I guess, a few years now. Now, you asked a fair question earlier this week. Who would you rather have, Gundy or Petrino? I said Gundy because I think he's been doing it longer and there's been more sustained success at one spot. But I think is that the number one pro that people will say heading in tomorrow that, hey, you have this advantage over the Cowboys?
All right, just kind of go through it by group. Offensive line, it's Oklahoma State.
Correct.
Tight end, maybe Arkansas there.
Oh, it's Arkansas. There's no Brandon Pettigrew there. It's Arkansas.
Running back,
no.
Arkansas's deeper, but Gordon's the better one. You got to give the edge there.
Yeah, not
quarterback. What do you think? To me, you got a 7-year guy versus I don't want to say journeyman in the right word, but
he's not a threat with his legs. That's the only thing I can think.
And that's the
toss up.
That's a good point, Big. That's like the counterbalance. If you want to say toss up, I'm okay with that, but you can't say definitively we have the better quarterback.
Wide receivers?
Probably Oklahoma State. If Armstrong's playing, I'll hear your argument on that, but if he's not, there's no way.
One clear-cut edge, tight end.
On offense, one.
Everything else is one toss-up at QB. Everything else goes to Oklahoma State.
You got no idea about special teams, so you just favor Oklahoma State. You hadn't seen Devin Bale at all. You don't know about your kicker. He's kicking extra points. That's not a field goal. It's just not. Then you move to defense, right? So even if special teams a wash, even if it's where are you on defense?
I just don't think we know yet because of we played one game.
You would like to think that your defensive line is an edge with a guy like Landon. So I mean, now that's got to be proven out, but you'd like to think that Arkansas has the edge on the defensive front.
I will give you that because Oklahoma State does not have what is perceived to be a potential first-round pick. So I will, if you want to say defensive line, I'll say okay. But you can't say linebackers because we hadn't seen them in a real game against a star running back or an SEC running back.
You could say the same thing about both teams, though.
Yeah.
And if you want to flip the script with going to, but I just
special teams.
I think there's two position groups. One you initially said in tight end and defensive line. Everything else pretty much favors Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's, when you look at a game, that's worrisome.
And we didn't see our field goal kicker at all. We didn't see the punter, so we don't really know.
And that's where, again, that's where I have apprehension about this game, taking Arkansas and hoping it goes right. Because, I haven't really changed my stance since the summer. I hope I'm wrong. You referenced hog reaction earlier. I hope that Derek and I, as we're live in Stillwater, it's Hog Jubilee, as Eddie likes to say. People are rejoicing. You got a big-time win. You might be ranked come Sunday or Monday. But I'm just trying to find ways to get to that. And when you go position by position group, it's really hard.
And I think when you look at the players returning off this Oklahoma State team that was very successful, and I just look at the line play, and that's where a lot of games are decided. They've got, to me, a decided edge with their offensive line. So
JW cites the game day atmosphere. Well, that's not going to matter in this one.
Okay, atmosphere's not going to block or tackle.
Brandon in Paris says he thinks that there's bigger, kind of like what you said, Big C, big play potential out of their quarterback. Now, I'll say this, there is a higher ceiling for Taylor Green than there is Alan Bowman, but I don't know if you can necessarily say it's definitely better. Chris in Fayetteville, Bobby Petrino, also the better play caller. Keith in 870, something you brought up. The talent composite. We talked about this Monday, I think it was. Oklahoma State, I think, is Arkansas
like 54th or 57th.
Yeah, and then Arkansas is like 23rd.
29th, I think.
Okay.
20-something.
So wherever, 20s, 50s, wherever you are, at least in that, at least talent-wise, from a recruiting standpoint and transfer portal standpoint, you've got an advantage there.
So I think based on everything we just put in the pod here, Arkansas's got to take care of the football. They've probably got to win the time of possession, which means they're moving the chains and getting first downs. And you can't be putting yourself in harm's way with self-induced penalties that put you first and 15. Yeah. You can't have special teams gaffes that cost you large chunks of the field in either coverage or return. So, I hate to say you got to play. I don't want to say you had to play mistake-free, but if you have 2 turnovers, you're not winning the football game.
Yeah. Well, here's a question.
If you have a bad snap on a punt or a field, you're not winning the football game.
I had this debate with some Morning Rush listeners last night because I think it favors Arkansas if it's a low-scoring affair. Where does Arkansas have a better opportunity to win? If it's in the 30s and 40s and Talon and Bowman are going back and forth, or if it's kind of a grinded-out, ugly, defensive, lockjaw type of game. It's a battle there. The line of scrimmage.
17 to 14, 2017.
2017. Where does Arkansas have the advantage? Is it a high-scoring affair
I think
or low-scoring? I said the same thing.
Low-scoring.
But everyone else at the table said the opposite. Why was that your first impression? Your first thought, I should say?
Probably because it means your defense is tackling Ollie Gordon well. Yeah. That means they're bottling him up. And even if you're having a slobber knocker back and forth and you're trading punts, if you're keeping him hemmed in, fenced in, I like I like your chances to maybe make a play in the fourth quarter to win the football game. If it's a high-scoring affair, you're going to just have to outlast them, and then you have no margin for error. You can't have possessions where you don't score.
Keith in the 870 says South Dakota State scored 20 on them last week. I think Oklahoma State scored 41 or 42, whatever it was. So that was where it is. If it gets to a high-scoring affair, Tommy, I think that Bowman's going to be passing the ball over the field. And I don't know if Arkansas can keep up from a passing standpoint in that situation. I think they can.
Let's see if Armstrong plays. So,
what do you think about the social stuff when you look at that? I mean, he's in pictures. I don't know if that was intentional, but he's in the huddle in one of these Instagram pictures. I mean, is that intentional?
Sam's giving us clues that there's a chance for him to play. So I don't know why it would surprise us to see him in pictures in a huddle and being around the team and taking part in team activities. He's got to practice in order to play. We know that's the policy. So, there shouldn't be any surprises that he would appear in some of these things you're citing there.
And we know there are some guys that before a game, it sounds like they're going to play, and then they go through walkthrough and it's like, Coach, I can't play. And I'm not talking about Andrew. I'm just talking about the prospective football player. And then there's other guys that, hey, maybe doesn't look very good during the week, and then all of a sudden it just changes.
He'll play.
You think he plays? Do you think he plays?
If he's practicing, he'll probably play.
I think if he's practicing, I agree with Big C. If he's practicing, there's a good chance he'll play. How much he'll play, how much he'll be a focus of the targets from Taylor Green and the calls from Bobby Petrino, I don't know. But, having him out there is obviously a lift.
Here's something Jody Harrison brings up, that the running backs as a whole that Arkansas has collectively are better than Oklahoma State. We do have to remember, and it's unfortunate, A.J. Green will not be participating in this game. Former Arkansas running back, transferred back to Oklahoma State. He's an Oklahoma kid, Tulsa kid this last season. That might actually be a debate worth having, that collectively. I mean, they don't have anyone on the roster better than Ollie Gordon, but maybe in waves, Arkansas might have a little more depth with them losing their second-best running back, not heading into this game, but in the offseason, now he can't play.
Yeah, and their top back in Gordon's better than anyone Arkansas has, but Arkansas is deeper at running back. If you need to rest somebody, there's no issue going 3 deep here with the Razorback.
Yep. You brought this up with Tom earlier, and I want to come back to it. We were talking about Sam Pitman, what it would mean for him personally, professionally for this game.
It's huge.
I think it would just silence that doubt. And listen, I know what coaches say publicly. I have never met anyone that hasn't been affected by the idea that they might get fired. Now, again, some it affects more than others. But if you could somehow win this game and silence that, not just for Sam, but put your program back in good standing in college football, go to that win. I mean, Tommy, we're talking about the pick.
Let's not overstate what this one game could do, but it would be a lift.
What I said earlier, for 2 weeks, and then Auburn, and then you know how fans get. I mean, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But
it's not reestablishing your program or something to that level. That
I think here's where I come on that. What significant win have you had since 2022?
This would be the most significant win Sam's had. Period.
At all? I still, that A&M.
I mean,
that
you went and won at Florida.
Yeah, but that Florida team sucked.
But it's a road win at Florida. You think about
never done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, what is Sam Pittman's signature win at this point?
What is Sam Pittman's the Texas win in 2021? It's I don't think anyone could argue that. It's the Texas win in 2021. Now, my personal favorite's the A&M win for obvious reasons, but it's the Texas win.
That Mississippi State win, that first win.
That was that's an underrated win. He hadn't won an SEC game in the previous 2 years, going on the road.
That can't be your signature win, though.
I will give you credit, but
Texas is probably the right answer, but I'm going to tell you, winning in the swamp is not one that should be glossed over.
Eric,
I don't care how bad you think they were last year, and they weren't very good. I get it. But winning in the swamp was significant.
He says the Texas and the Tennessee win in 2020. I'll give you credit. I remember it was KJ Costello's the state quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the kid that threw for like 6 touchdowns, 500 yards the week before.
Threw for like 3 miles the week before.
And everyone's wanting to petition his high. And I remember thinking to myself, man, they're going to carve this Arkansas secondary up. And you cautioned me. I remember us sitting here during the break. It's like, it's not week to week. Just wait. And sure enough, he threw a pick or two in that game. And Arkansas's defense came up big. Got your first SEC win in 3 years.
Hey, going to be some fishing going on this weekend with this great weather. And summertime in Arkansas means pond and creek fishing, and nothing catches bass and bluegill in a pond like the Rebel Crickhopper. Twitch it, pop it, walk it, swim it. Hey, it's the ultralight fishing lure that looks and acts like a real grasshopper. The Crickhopper works great in tandem with a light spinning rod and reel. Use that 4 or 6 pound line for best results. Find the Crickhopper at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores everywhere. It's the Rebel Crickhopper.
So early, it was the Baltimore Ravens that scored first in Arrowhead.
Second and 2. Henry running right to the goal line. And let's see. It's in for the touchdown.
And you thought they scored late if you were watching. Some of you missed it last night. Tom, did you stay up?
I did not. I did not see that play till this morning with the I think the headline I read was Game of Inches.
Two of my best friends, one's a diehard Baltimore Ravens fan, one's a Chiefs fan. They can't be in the same room together watching, and I'm going to guess that group text was volatile after last night's game.
I mean, I don't know what size shoe that was, but if he wore an 11.5 instead of a 12, they win the game. So they potentially tie the game. I think that's the other thing gets lost in this. That doesn't necessarily win them the game.
So if you missed last night, if you're just at 10:43 this morning, you're just hearing about what occurred in the Chiefs and Ravens game. The Baltimore Ravens had a chance to tie it up at the tail end, and Lamar Jackson found Isaiah Likely. Unfortunately, he was out of bounds.
Lamar. Going for 2 in the win are the Ravens on opening night.
Let's make sure.
Oh.
Very close. For enough to overturn.
Oh, that's on. That's on the line, isn't it? The runner's toe hit out of bounds. It's an incomplete pass. The game is over. Kansas City is won.
Think about some of the great players.
What a tough way to end the
oh
game.
My gosh. Lamar is a putrid record against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. He's been really good against the rest of the National Football League. Bo had the stat this morning, 1-5 against the Chiefs, and he's like 60-20 something against the rest of the
Tucker missed a field goal.
Yeah, the Tucker Texas Longhorn, screw him. I'm glad he missed it last night. But what was
that wide? I remember who kicked it now. Wide left, and I mean barely.
Yeah.
There was a lot of field goals, good or no good, that were just inside or just outside the pipe last night.
And that's two of the best kickers in the league, in Justin Tucker and Harrison Butker. I think what stood out to me last night is watching this game, and anytime I watch a great player, I always harken back to Michael Jordan. That's just what I do. Read books about him, love that guy, watched all the NBA Finals. Think about the teams that Jordan beat. Like Barkley never won a ring, right? Karl Malone, John Stockton never won a ring. Clyde Drexler didn't win a ring. He had 2 chances, but wasn't able to accomplish it. That's Patrick Mahomes.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino. But I'm thinking about, like, in Jordan's time, like,
I'm saying great players, obviously Marino, football players.
The great players in his time that weren't able to win a ring. Now, Joe Burrow beat Mahomes to get to a Super Bowl, but what great quarterbacks are we going to get a chance, like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen? What great quarterbacks are we going to watch these next few years when Mahomes is at his peak as he is now that he's just going to beat and that are not going to get Super Bowls because they're going up against at least a top 3 quarterback of all time right now, but maybe the eventual best. I don't know if he'll ever outdo Montana or Brady, but you got to be just annoyed if you're Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or anyone else in the AFC having to go up against this guy year after year because he's never out of the game. And now you've given him Xavier Worthy, who's the fastest player potentially in the National Football League, Texas kid. And then Rashee Rice is better. They still got Kelsey. Andy Reid's still coaching. I mean, that's just got to be frustrating as all get out.
But some of it's about pieces that are around you. How about that? What's Lively's first name? Or Likely, rather, not Lively.
Isaiah Likely. Yeah.
Isaiah Likely. I mean, that dude can play, and that's a weapon for Baltimore. So I mean, it's about pieces around you. And if you told me that, hey, fast forward here, Kraft, and come late January, those two are going to play again in the AFC Championship game, none of us would be surprised. And I think those will be maybe the best 2 quarterbacks. I mean, question right now is you mentioned Josh Allen, you mentioned Burrow, you mentioned some of these others that when you have best quarterback in the league conversations, Is Lamar Jackson separating himself from those other guys that are not named Mahomes?
Josh Allen's neck and neck with him. We'll see if Burrow, who's dealt with some health issues.
Mahomes is clearly one, right?
It's no question.
But has Jackson elevated himself to 2, and people are chasing him there? Where's Jackson? Well, last night he looked. I know they lost, but he looked.
But
he
the
looked
thing
great.
about him, and man,
when he takes off running with the ball,
it's special. It's awesome. The thing about him is like he had 2 chances. You mentioned the chance to tie the game. Go watch the previous 2 plays. He had 2 dudes open. It was either Bateman or the other wide receiver that was wide open, and he just missed him. That's like Mahomes doesn't do that. If Mahomes has a chance to step on your throat, he does it, and that's the difference between him and Josh Allen and everyone else. It's like in a big-time game, in a big-time moment, you know that kid's going to come through, and the other guys are sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Pressure players.
It's an uncanny ability. And coming back to what's happening in Stillwater tomorrow, we talked about Taylor Green, maybe a little jittery in that first game. First game jitters, first time in an SEC uniform and stuff. We're going to find out what type of kid Taylor Green is. He's coming to an SEC school. He mentioned, again, wanting to play in prime time.
It's extremely exciting. This is one of the reasons why you come to the University of Arkansas is, to play on ABC.
11 o'clock, ABC. Again, not the entire college football audience watching you because a good chunk of them is going to be watching what's going on in Ann Arbor. But, Tommy, we didn't really find out what kind of kid Taylor Green is last week because there was no adversity. We're going to get a chance to see what type of kid this is tomorrow.
Well, and listen, I don't know what Pat Jones and those guys are talking about on radio over there, but I imagine there's some similar themes with their football team. And the things they're saying about, hey, we're going to find out about this, and we're going to find out about that, about our football team. I imagine there's a lot of these same conversations going because these are 2 relatively unknowns in their own respects based on who they played in week 1.
JW is listening at Poto this morning. He said you were asking about Pat Jones, who Clay got a chance to catch up earlier this week. You can read his column at hitthatline.com. He said when he's been listening to the OKC or Tulsa stations, their view on the game is way different. Most of them don't think it's going to be a game when it comes to.
They think Arkansas is going to beat them that bad, huh? They really think Arkansas is going to run away with this? Interesting.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Is there a non that's the only scenario that can't happen, right? That Arkansas just creams Oklahoma State. That's the only one that you can't foresee actually coming to fruition, right?
No, I think Arkansas is physical. And if you're the more physical team at the line of scrimmage, we saw this in spurts with some of Bielema's teams. They just line up and road grade you. I don't know. We saw that happen against UA Pine Bluff, but we discount it because it was UA Pine Bluff. Arkansas won every battle, one-on-one, point-of-attack battles in that game. I discount it because I don't know if it's real come tomorrow against a Power 5 opponent. But, of all the scenarios, yeah, probably least likely, but don't tell me impossible.
All right, let's chat with Robert, who's called in Fort Smith this morning. He's got some thoughts on what we've been discussing. Robert, welcome in.
Hey, guys. Tommy, I'm just impressed that you even mentioned the animal with Pat, with Coach Jones.
Why is that impressive?
Well, because you guys don't let anyone hurt. I know you're a local show, but a little bit of people having other different opinions on different games and stuff isn't that bad.
Hey, everybody else has the right to be wrong. Just because they don't have our opinion, they have the right to be wrong.
We've had Coach on the show, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm just because that's why I like Feinbaum myself, because that's his stick. He lets all these people talk nonsense, but it's funny. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know about
we're all talking nonsense because we don't know. And tomorrow's going to be, we're starting to put the puzzle together. We're trying to figure out the corner pieces and things, a few more of the brushstrokes come into focus a little bit tomorrow.
Big C hit the corner piece, Tommy.
Did he?
Yeah, so exactly. So we'll see what happens tomorrow because I'm like y'all. The offensive line of theirs and our defensive line, I think that's where the battle's going to be.
The game within the game. No question about it.
Have a good game, guys.
All right, Robert, appreciate it. Hey, if you're thinking about lunch right now, because I am, my tummy is over here rumbling. TGI Fridays on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith can set you up today. Grab the crew and head out for meal deals starting at $9.99, which include your entree, your side, and your drink. Where can you get a great lunch for $10? TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Delicious. They have a delicious 6-ounce sirloin. You can upgrade to that with seasoned fries for $15.99. Their Bacon Ranch Chicken Sandwich, that just sounds really good right now, with fries for $11.99. Chicken Caesar Salad, probably what I need to eat for $10.99. And their meal deals also include tasty chicken fettuccine Alfredo with their garlic breadsticks, which are awesome, for $12.99. And you can always get the cheeseburger with fries for just $9.99 as well. TGI Fridays, one of my favorite places to stop. Get the meal deals that include lunch, your entree, your drink, and everything you need, and a side, all starting at $9.99. TGI Fridays, 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. It's what's for lunch today.
All right, we go live to Stillwater, where our buddy Phil Elson is this morning. Phil, what's going on where you're at, man?
Would you guys mind doing another hour? Because I just ate the Cowboy Skillet at Granny's Kitchen in Stillwater.
Now, what's that? What's on the Cowboy Skillet?
I had that 2 years ago. It's good.
Tommy, I think it's more a matter of what isn't on the skillet, because just about everything that they have it's 2 eggs, cheddar, Monterey Jack cheese, onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, fried potatoes, bacon, all the, and of course the gravy here. Gravy comes in just about everything.
Vitamin G. So vitamin G gravy.
They've got a mattress in the back, so I brought my pillow with me.
Of course they do. It's Oklahoma.
You guys have done 3 hours of radio before. It's all right. You can do it again today.
Yeah.
Well, Phil's obviously in Stillwater. Matt Jones in Stillwater. She'll get a personalized touch live from the location of the game in Boone Pickens Stadium tomorrow, coming up in just one bit. That's going to do it for us here on the Morning Rush here on a Football Friday. For Tommy Kraft, Big C, I'm Ty. Enjoy your weekend. Hogs, Cowboys, pregame coverage beginning at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fenceman